You got some comedy heroes.
Yes.
And some people who inspired you to kick off your career. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, there were definitely a lot of comics who I sort of were massively inspired by. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Anyone in particular? Or any few?
Well, I mean, I was sort of 13, 14 years old around the time that Michael McIntyre sort of broke and became what he is now.
How old are you? Jesus! You're so young.
I'm 12 now. Kevin.
Yeah, you are 12. You're going backwards. Yeah. Be 8 next week.
But so his show, Michael McIntyre's Comedy Roadshow, sort of kicked off when I was at that age where you start to really get into stuff.
Yeah.
13, 14.
Yeah.
So I used to watch him all the time, and then I think, to be honest with you, I think that was sort of the person who I looked at and was like, I'd like to do that.
Yeah.
It was probably him when I was about that sort of age.
And am I right in thinking that he somehow got your number and then called you at a
it was very
awkward time?
Very bizarre. We basically have the same manager as it, but I'd never met him, McIntyre. And then about a year ago, I was running in Hyde Park, and Rick, my manager, sent me a text saying, Michael McIntyre wants to speak to you. I've given him your mobile and he's going to call in the next sort of 10 minutes.
Jesus.
And I sort of thought it was a joke or something.
Yeah, I wonder.
So I was like, panicking a little bit because I thought it might be real, but I didn't think it was real. But I thought I better, just in case, I better sort of stop running because I don't want to be panting when he calls. So I sat on this bench in Hyde Park, just waiting for the phone to ring, and 10 minutes went and he didn't call, so I was like, oh, it was just a joke then.
I'll wind up.
So I carried on running, and then about 25 minutes later, my phone rang and it was like an unknown number, and I was like, oh fuck. And I was like at the worst sort of point of sweat and panting, and it was like the worst.
Yeah. The big deep breath. The big
and then I answered and it was him, and it was really weird, so weird to have someone who like you is the reason you started doing comedy to then call you and be like,
and to pant to him.
And I sort of panting down the phone, but he actually started the phone call by,
you're my hero.
He was like singing down the phone for the first.
What? That's exactly how I imagine Michael McIntyre to call people.
It was so weird. I answered and he was singing "There's Only One Tom Lucy" down the phone for what was an uncomfortably long time.
I bet, yeah. Because
I was laughing and then he sort of carried on and then it sort of became a little bit awkward.
Was he calling for any particular reason?
Yeah, he wasn't just calling for a chat. He then asked me to support him at a few shows.
Jeez.
Literally just down the road, the Duchess Theatre just down the road. We did like 3 or 4 gigs there, and then a bit of writing as well. And it was mad.
Is he as lovely to work with as he looks on stage?
Yeah, he's very cool. Yeah, he's really nice, and for him to he doesn't need to support people like me. So for him to do that, it was great. Yeah. It was really cool.
Oh, that's nice.
It was mad actually. It was it was really mad. And I was like 19, I think, at the time.